I want to finish up painting all of my spirit host and all of my Nighthaunts, basically. I want to finish the Nighthaunt unit. A couple of these, I kind of got to repair. Like, even this one, the head broke off when I tried to take them off of the bases before. First, I'm going to take the two that are still kind of all based, or that are all attached together. I'm going to take those ones, and I'm going to put them onto their bases. Then I'm going to fix the head on this guy, which is that's broken. And I'm going to re-glue all of this guy together. All this other one together. Then, because I haven't used it in a while, and I think it would be perfect for this unit, we're going to use the Airbrush to go and do all of our base colors. I just have to use the purple line, Spartan Bronze, Stonewall Gray, and Bone White to use. Those last ones, Stonewall, Bronze, and Bone White, those are all going to be paintbrush applied, and the rest of them are going to be through the Airbrush. So, let's get into putting these guys on their bases and back together. No. Let's just hold this for a second. Let's just hold it for a second. Hold it for a second. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it for a second. Ba-da ba-da boom. Ba-da ba-da boom. Okay, you good? Okay, you're good. Like, I'll be honest, the reason they're probably all falling apart is due to probably how I thought you were supposed to work on the stuff, which was putting it on both sides. Because that's what I think it says on the Mr. Cement stuff. I'm not sure. But like with plastic cement, aren't you supposed to put it on both sides, then push them together and they will adhere to each other? Because it's kind of melting the plastic on both. And like, I thought that's how it's supposed to work. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. Who knows? You'll probably tell me in the comments that I'm a dumbass for thinking that way. We'll see you tomorrow. Or later today if that stays. If it doesn't, I will let you know. So then for this guy, it's right there. So this hooks in like that. Pretty sure that's how it goes. So the problem that I have with these is I don't think it's a super good indication of where it's supposed to go. I think that's the big problem for me is I don't know where they're exactly supposed to go. And yes, you probably noticed it by now, I should have pointed the camera a little lower. Because I'm in the bottom half, I look like a fucking dwarf. I am a dwarf and digging a hole. Dig a hole. Dig a hole. Sorry. No, come on. Come on, you can stay. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I hope you're fine. I hope you guys are having a good day. Okay, this is really not wanting to stay. No, come on. You know you want to stay. You know you do. Guess I just hold it. I'm gonna check something while I do that. And hopefully my fingers don't glue to it. Okay, can I pull my fingers away without it falling? No, I can't. It's still not set. Why are you still not set? You... Come on, just... set! That's all I want you to do is just set up. That's it. You a little more glue. Maybe I go get the helping hands. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll help out. Right there. That's right where I want it. It's right there. If this doesn't work, I'm going to let this set, skin it off with my knife later, and then try it. And also try and attach the head right now. Oh, come on. You were right there. You were right there. Okay, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna let it set, and for now I will put the head on. So this head should go like this? No. How's his head supposed to go? Like that? No. I think it's supposed to go like that. Feels like it's supposed to go there. So that's how I'm going to do it. That should be shoulder tuck in. Right along there. I'm going to go like that. Come on. Lock in, please. Just lock in. No, you stay. Right there. Stay. There. I'm going to leave that to set. Right there. Later, I'm going to come back and I'm going to attach it. Later. Alright, so yesterday, I got that glued on. I'm going to try and take off some of this super glue. Okay, let's try this. No, you bastard. Okay, now the goal is hopefully that I can get this to stick. And now guess what? We gotta wait another 24 hours. Okay, we don't have to, but I'm going to make sure this sets. Just to, you know, be safe. I've got all of my spirit hosts. They are glued back together. They are good to go. In my opinion, they're good to go. So we're going to start with this screwed up one. I'm going to take suggestions that I saw in comments. Some people said, you know, kick the pressure up to right around, you know, like just under 30. So I've done that. See if that'll help. I had a problem with leaking on here. I had a problem there, but I got that fixed. I think. I shouldn't jinx myself, knock on wood. And people have said, you know, put a lot more thinner in there. So I'm going to do that. We're going to do a small test on this with paint, and we'll go from there. Let's do 5 drops in there, hoping that I'm doing this right. And we're going to put a good amount of thinner in. And we grab a swirly brush, and I hope I have a good enough mixture. Ooh, I think that's going to be good. So, let's take my messed up one here. my excessively messed up one, because that's not supposed to be like that, but I'm leaving it. That's probably supposed to be there, but I'm not sure. So, let's do this. I am going to now come back in with Sorcerer's Cloak. I'm going to keep it kind of concentrated towards like the middle of all of this. And maybe like a little bit up around here. So let's jump into doing this. I think my biggest problem when it comes to the airbrush is just getting that correct consistency. I'm not even going to use this. I'm just going to spray straight onto the... And it's basically particle board. It's what you put onto like pallets when you're moving big stuff. That's what the table's made out of, and it's kind of made for, you know, doing stuff like this. Why are you bubbling? That's not good. Oh, and it's leaking from the cup. Something has gone wrong again. And not just the leaks. I'm not even pulling back, and I'm getting paint coming through. Yeah, I think I have messed something up. Well, it wouldn't be one of my videos without messing something up. I think I might have gone... Did I go a little too liquidy? Maybe? It could be that. I may have gone with like just a little too much thinner compared to paint. So it's just like leaking or something. Okay, it appears I'm just putting air through it right now. Yeah, I didn't have the correct consistency. Why are you leaking around the cup so much? I put you in. You're 100% in there. But you're leaking like up. So I turn my air pressure down a little bit just to see if maybe that would help. I'm still getting stuff through when I'm just pushing air. Okay, now we have the new problem. Well, the problem that was there, but it wasn't a problem last time, and that is bubbling here. So I'm not sure what is to be done about that. Alright, I'm emptying this. Because that is a problem that I need to figure out what's going on. Okay, if I sit here, does it bubble? Nope, but it sprays water when I just want air. Something's messed up. I'm not 100% sure where. Because you can see there's water there. Why is there water there when I'm just letting air through? I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling back, like you can see here. I'm going straight down and there's air coming through. There's water coming through. Which shouldn't be happening because it's supposed to be push down, pull back. It's got to be in the tip because the needle just sits there. Even if it's not tight now, I should get this on, tighten it down, and there should not be paint coming through here. Yeah. That's supposed to be air just coming through. I'm going to cut and try and figure this out a little bit. And I'll start recording when I am. Okay, there's none coming out. So that's a good sign. Now if I pull back, we are getting air in there somewhere. Yeah, good job, smart one. I'm hoping it's fine now. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it looks good to me. Oh yeah, that's working out well. Because if you go and compare, you know, that guy to that guy. Yeah, it's working out well. actually going to call that good, I think, with the airbrush for now. Here's what I need from people in the comments. I have this fully seated in here. Like, it's seated as far in as I can get it. So I don't know why I'm leaking, honestly. Like, it's a mystery to me. If you have a comment that can help me answer that, leave it in the comments, please, and thank you. So the reason it was bubbling earlier is I think this wasn't fully seated in. So I think that's why it was bubbling. I did a little bit of research and that's what I came up with. I'm gonna clean this now. Well, shit. I kind of caught the hose with my foot while it was sitting in the cleaning pot, and it knocked it all to the ground onto concrete. So the cleaning pot looks fine. I don't see a crack or anything in there. And Squidmar Ultra, you know, from this side, looks completely fine. Nothing wrong with it. Then you look at that side. Yeah, it kind of landed there, and it's a little flat and a little bad. I think I might need to buy a new nozzle. I'm not gonna do what I've done, where normally I'd go and paint all of the purple and then go in and do the other ones. Now we're changing that up. We're changing it up right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna paint the skeletons. After I do skeletons and rocks, then we'll come back in with the runic purple. I'll spray those. I'll use airbrush to spray those, and hopefully it doesn't look like it'll interfere. And then I'll do copper. So that is all of the skeletons, bones and skulls on the base. All of the gray rocks are done. I'm gonna come in with the airbrush and use highlight on like the base and the skeleton area. Burst a few over that. I'm gonna hit faces, but yeah, that's the next step. Okay, so before I try and put paint in this with thinner and stuff, I'm just gonna take water, fill it about halfway. Okay, good thing is, it isn't leaking. Okay, it looks like it's doing all right. I think that'll work. Almost there. Last thing is bronze for the weapons. I do like that pop of color with the brass or with the bronze. I think this is working out well as just like kind of that single pop of color. I am really liking these guys. I think if I use the airbrush on the other ones, I think I'd like them a little more than I do. I'm not saying I don't like them or I don't like the paint job, but I think if I had used the airbrush for the purple, I think it would have just made it better. Even though like I was not confident in my airbrush skills, but with the way that these guys are, these spirit hosts are, I am really liking I think the transition is a lot smoother than when I did it with the brush. I think if I had done Night of Shrouds last and I had used the airbrush on it, it would have been a lot smoother. Because if you look here, like you can kind of see a little bit of like the super light, a little bit darker, and then the darker. Where on here, it feels like it goes, it's a good transition. Like, I'm not saying I don't like the Night of Shrouds, but I think for transition, just using that airbrush would have been smarter, would have been better. Like, I do think it kind of works with having the leather and stuff there and having it kind of just starting from there and going down. I think it works with being rough, but it probably would have been better to go and just go in and use the airbrush to lay down that transition. I like the way that these three units here, I like the way they work because I think the transition works with the leather. But I really like, personally, I hated putting the spirit host together, but I really like the transition I was able to do with the airbrush. At least on some of them. This one, it feels like I didn't do enough, or I didn't aim it correctly, because the faces feel like a little dark still, especially compared to that. And the sideways one, nah, this one worked out well. It's just that one that I think I screwed up on the main one, on the final highlight. So yeah, that is the full army painted. I'm not done with them. I still have basing to do, which will be the next episode. Because yes, I am breaking it down like that. I got all of them painted. Now I'm going to do all the basing. That is it for this video. Let's get to the sexy shots, because y'all always need the sexy shots right at the end. And yeah, I hope you guys have a royal day, royal night, whatever it is for you. And I will talk to you next time. Oh, don't forget to do, like, you know, the algorithm stuff, like, subscribe, all that stuff, all that crap. Especially because, you know, like I showed, I dropped my airbrush. I think it still works. It's just the guard is a little busted. And I would at some point like to be able to get a new one. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a royal day, royal night, whatever it is for you. I'll talk to you later.